So tonight we're going to read from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 14. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dridhavrata namishantasya mang bhaktya yukta upasate. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dridhavrata namishantasya mang bhaktya yukta upasate. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dridhavrata namashantasya mang bhaktya yukta upasate. Translation and purport. By His divine grace, Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Padivajrakacharya Astatadasadashi Shrimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tridandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Purport. The Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping an ordinary man. His symptom described here, a Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, praising His holy name, His eternal form, His transcendental qualities, and His uncommon pastimes. One has to glorify all these things, therefore a Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One is attached to the personal feature of the Supreme Lord. The Brahma Jyoti is not described as a Mahatma in the Bhagavad Gita. He is described in a different way in the next verse. The Mahatma is always engaged in different activities of devotional service. That's described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting about Vishnu, not a demigod or human being. That is devotion. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu and Smaranam, remembering Him. Such a Mahatma has firm determination to achieve the ultimate end, the association of the Supreme Lord in any one of the 5 transcendental rasas. To achieve that success, he engages all activities, mental, bodily, and vocal, everything in the service of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is called full Krishna consciousness. In devotional service, there are activities which are called determined, such as fasting on certain days, like the 11th day of the moon, Ekadashi, and on the appearance day of the Lord. All these regulations are offered by the great acharyas for those who are actually interested in getting admission into the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the transcendental world. The Mahatmas, great souls, strictly observe all these rules and regulations, and therefore they are sure to achieve the desired result. As described in the second verse of this chapter, not only is this devotional service easy, but it can be performed in a happy mood. One does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerity. He can live this life in devotional service, guided by an expert spiritual master in any position, either as a householder or a sannyasi or a brahmachari. In any position, anywhere in the world, he can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus actually become Mahatma, a great soul. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatam Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Savitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Satatang Kirtayanto Mam Yatantascha Dridhavritha Namashantascha Mang Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So this is called a Mahatma. So in this Krishna consciousness movement, our mission is to train the members how to become Mahatmas. It's not that you become a Mahatma by being a big politician. Become Mahatma by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. 24 hours a day, or at least 16 rounds every day. Yes. And give up all kinds of nonsense like illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. Take a shelter of the association of devotees. And in this way, you can gradually become Mahatma. What is the opposite? Duratma. Right now, we're Duratmas coming out of this material world where everybody is a Duratma. What is that saying? You become like those with whom you associate. So we've grown up in this material society, Duratma Loka. So ISKCON is Mahatma Loka. We can come here, associate with Mahatmas. How did it all start? Well, there was one Mahatma named Bhaktivedanta Swami who showed up in New York City with only 40 rupees. And by his giving his association to these hippies, he went to, somehow or other, he ended up in the hippie neighborhood. The rents were cheap. He ended up in this hippie neighborhood just by Krishna's arrangement where all the hippies were living. And an Indian Swami has moved into the neighborhood. Let's check him out, you see. And they went, wow, this is an amazing person. He talks such amazing philosophy, and he's so kind, he's so loving, he's so merciful. So by associating with the Mahatma, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, these boys, these hippie boys and girls, learn how they can also become Mahatmas. It's described in this verse, you see. The second line is endeavoring with great determination. That means you got to take it seriously. Just like if you're working with a job, right? You want to keep your job, so you're very determined. I better do a good job or I'll lose my job, right? You're very determined to do a good job at the office, so you keep your position. If you're a student studying to get a degree, you want to make sure to make good grades, right? So you can get your degree. So whether you're a student or you're a worker or you're a business owner also, you got to be very determined to beat out the competition, right? So even in material things, we have to be very determined. So what does speak in spiritual life? We all know the story of little sparrow, right? She was very determined to dry up the ocean. The ocean stole away her eggs. She's very angry. You rascal ocean, please give me my eggs back. No way, the ocean would give the eggs back. She said, I'm going to dry you up, you rascal ocean. She went in there and took a few drops, put it on the land. She was going back and forth from the ocean to the land, dropping a few little drops from her little tiny beak on the soil. Everybody's laughing. Oh, just see a little bird. So you're going to run yourself to death, that stupid little bird. But there was one person who was not laughing. Who was that? Garuda, the king of the birds. So Garuda came flying in and he said, you rascal ocean, you give those eggs back immediately. I would fry you up by mystic power of the ocean. Immediately complied. So here we are, suffering souls drowning in an ocean of material desires. And if we're determined, that little sparrow, she's our Siksha guru, you see. Varma Pradarshaka guru, she's showing us the way. If we follow the example of this little sparrow, I'm very determined. I'm determined to get all this all the lust, the anger, the greed, the madness, illusion, envy that's kept me tied up within the three modes of material nature since time immemorial. I'm determined to break free from this stuff and take shelter of complete shelter of Guru and Krishna. So if we have the determination, then Krishna will reciprocate. Lord Chaitanya will reciprocate. Prabhupada will reciprocate. The spiritual master will reciprocate. All these great acharyas will bless us. We're in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. There's Krishna, there's Brahmaji, there's Naradaji, there's Vyasadeva. It's coming down, down, down. There's all these great empowered sages. So we show our determination to become pure devotees. All these great acharyas will shower their mercy upon us like torrents of rain in India's monsoon season. I haven't been there for the monsoon. I hear it's pretty wet there. So just imagine the monsoon season. How many of you have been in the monsoon season in India? Only one? Oh, yes. Some of you have been there. I've never but you just like torrents of rain in the monsoon season, these great personalities will shower their mercy upon you if you're determined. And next, the next line, bowing down before me. What do we call the offer obeisances, right? You go to the temple, the offer obeisances. That's an important thing. It's not just some ritual. You actually, it's a matter of not only you're submitting your body, but your mind also. Just like when you should be in a mood of prayer also. That's why we say obeisances to the spiritual master. We also say some of our own prayers. My dear Lord, please bless me. I can become your pure devotee. It's not just with the body, but also with your mind, your intelligence. We completely obeisances, physically and mentally. Gross and subtle bodies, both ways we advance by making advancement, bowing down. And then these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Well, I mean, we're not there yet. We're still dirt atmas. We're only partially worshiping with devotion. We should always try to increase it. Every day, let me become a little bit more devoted, a little bit more devoted. And the easiest way to do that is every day aspire for pure devotion. Let me now become a pure devotee right now, driving all the dirt out of the heart that's kept me entangled birth after birth in this karma chakra. If we actually intensely beg for pure devotion, even though we may not get it, but if we keep begging for it, one day we will get it, you see. If you keep begging, you say, well, partial devotion is okay, but no, don't hanker for partial devotion, hanker for full devotion. What does Krishna say? Sarvadaman Paripyaja. Give up all their processes of so-called religion, this religion, that religion, begging for this, begging for that. Instead of taking these so-called religious processes for material advancement, give it all up and just fully surrender to me, and I will deliver you sarva papebhyo, deliver you from all your karma and masucha. You have nothing to worry about, you see. There's no fear when you fully surrender to Krishna. Why does Prabhupada name Abhayachara? His father called him Abhayachara. Really a nice name, isn't it? Abhayachara, and one who is fearless by taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. It's such a nice name. When he got initiated, his guru didn't change his name. He just added more to it. Abhayachara Vinda, you see. His guru did not, normally in ISKCON, you get a brand new name, right? I was Stephen Bridge, I got Sankarshan Das, you see. It's a whole new name. But Papa didn't get a new name because his father was a pure devotee. He gave us a wonderful name. His guru simply added a little bit to it. From Abhayachara to Abhayachara Vinda, you see. And when he took sannyas, he still kept the name. Just added more to it. Abhayachara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami, you see. And we learned to call him Prabhupada, to honor his position as Prabhupada, one who was taken complete shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Prabhupada. Prabhu is the Lord and Pada means feet. Someone who's taken complete shelter of the Supreme Lord is Prabhupada, you see. So we're very happy. What are we? We are Prabhupada Nugas. We're very happy to be Prabhupada Nugas, you see. Because you're a disciple like myself and Bhaktidas Bhagavad Prabhu, or you're a grand disciple, or aspiring grand disciple. We're all Prabhupada Nugas. We're all one family here. We're the Prabhupada Nuga family, followers in the footsteps of His divine grace. Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajakacharja Asta Tarasadashe Shemam A.C. Bhaktivedantati Dandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. So we stick to Prabhupada's instructions, we stick to Prabhupada's lotus feet, taking his books as our very life and soul. If we hold tightly to Prabhupada's words, Prabhupada's still with us, you see. I was with Prabhupada in Atlanta in 1975 it was the appearance or disappearance day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Prabhupada gave the most wonderful lecture. My spiritual master is always with me. He sees me. It's not that he's dead and gone. He lives forever by his divine instructions, and the Father lives with him. So it's not that Prabhupada is dead and gone. Only the body is sitting there in the Samadhi in Vrindavan. But Prabhupada is still alive and well. He is fully present in his instructions. So you can read his books, and Prabhupada is talking to you direct. It's you and Prabhupada having a loving reciprocation. You read his books, you read his purports, and you enter into his understanding. Prabhupada is fully present, and he has an amazing ability to speak very eloquently. You know that verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita? Mittam cha saram cha vachahi vagmita iti. You know this look? You don't know? Translation is, essential truth spoken concisely is true eloquence. So Prabhupada had an amazing ability to speak. He give essential truth spoken concisely. He could say the most amazing things. And his use of language is really amazing. He says, those who don't say to Hare Krishna, they will see the fun. As the Kali Yuga gets worse, he says, even though they're going through hell, Prabhupada would say they will see the fun. An amazing way, his language is amazing. They will see the fun, the so-called fun, you see. So Prabhupada had an amazing way in language. You can hear the recordings from the morning walks, the lectures. You can read his letters. Just his amazing things. Like he told me in one letter, he said, all material desire, zero. Now, it's not a correct English. You say all material desire should be zero. But Prabhupada had a way of making it more concise. All material desire is zero. You see. So that's how we become Mahatmas. We have to take those material desires and bring them down, you know. Go to 99% material desires, 98, 97, 96, all the way down to 1%, 0.5%, 0.1%, 100%, 1/1,000,000%, and all the way to zero. You see. So that's where we want to come, to that zero thing. And Prabhupada also told me in my letter, he said, now you just become qualified to see Krishna face to face. And we pray that way every day. Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. My dear Lord Jagannath, please come to my vision. So that means all material desire is zero. All material desire is finished. That's how we can actually experience Krishna directly face to face. Krishna's pastimes is explained actually in the higher stages, Asakti stage. It's described by the acharyas in the Asakti stage, even before prema. In the Asakti stage, you can actually see the pastimes of Krishna happening within your heart. That's amazing. Those same pastimes that were directly witnessed 5,000 years ago by the Brijabasis. We get to the Asakti stage, we can witness them right here, right now. That's pretty, don't imagine them. Don't imagine yourself, oh yeah, I'm seeing Krishna lifting Govardhan. That's called Sahajism. I imagine him on that high level. We should not imagine ourselves on a high level. We should always think, as Prabhupada told in his arrival prayer to his spiritual master, he said, please save me if fallen, your divine grace. So the more you make yourself present yourself as a humble, fallen soul, struggling to awaken your Krishna consciousness, the more you become Krishna conscious, you see. The more you can feel you're not Krishna conscious, the more you're becoming Krishna conscious. Oh yeah, I love Krishna. You know, Then you go drink some tea. Yeah, I love Krishna. They go, chai, chai, where's the chai? I love Krishna, you know. We have to understand this is not love of Krishna, it's love of chai. Yes. So love of Krishna is very, very rare, really, very achieved, you see. Out of 1,000 among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And out of 1,000 who have achieved perfection, hardly even one knows me in truth, Krishna says in the Gita. So actually achieve that position of pure bhakti is very, 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 very rare. Even Prabhupada said, when he came to America, he was thinking, well, if I could even make one pure devotee, my mission will be successful. Because there's many stars in the sky, and they have not very much illuminating power, but that one moon can lighten the whole area can be enlightened by that moon. The whole dark night can be illuminated by that moon. So Prabhupada was looking if I could even make one moon, but then he said, actually, Krishna sent me many moons. These many moons Krishna sent me. So we should try to come to that moon-like position, you see, where we can actually have a powerful impact on the world around us. By awakening pure love of God within our hearts, we can have a powerful impact on the world around us to inspire others to take to this pathway. We are not meant just to do this alone. We're meant to share. This is called the Sankirtan movement, to enlighten the whole world, deliver the whole world. That was the order of Prabhupada in Los Angeles. He said, become guru, deliver the whole world. So we have, if the doctor is going to be able to cure the patient, so he have to be healthy himself. So we have to, first of all, root out all this nonsense in our own hearts, the lust, the anger, the greed, the madness, illusion, envy. Read it all out, root it all out. And the more we actually cleanse our own hearts, get rid of that garbage in there, the more we have the power for helping others to come to this amazing dimension. What's it called? Krishna consciousness. So it's an amazing dimension of consciousness beyond all the anxieties. You see, the threefold miseries, the fourfold miseries. It's really it's a hellish place. It's pandemonium, actually, this material world. The miseries of the mind and the body, miseries caused by living beings, miseries caused by natural disasters like hurricanes, earthquakes. There's all kinds of things going on here to bother us and disturb us. What to speak of being born, which is very disturbing, or getting sick is very disturbing. I was talking to a devotee today who's going through great sickness, very big problems with the body, you see. And then old age, that's very problematic also. Now you got to walk with a cane or a wheelchair. You know, old age can be very disturbing. And then finally, boom, death, you see. But if we're actually Krishna conscious, here's the amazing thing. The most fearful thing of everybody in this world is death. But if one actually becomes Krishna conscious, the death is something to look forward to. Wow, I'm looking forward to death. That's a very high position where we can actually achieve that. We're so enlivened by Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada said death means going to sleep and waking up with Krishna. Well, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Instead of going to sleep and wake up and get on time for my job, going to sleep and wake up, oh, I'm late for my job, I got to hurry up. Got to hurry up, run to the shower and run. I'm late for my... Instead of going to sleep and waking up being late for your job, going to sleep in a place that there is no job. Just you and Krishna having a loving relationship with all the gopas, the gopis, the cows, the peacock, the Jamuna, and Govardhan. Waking up in that world, just imagine, go to sleep and wake up with Krishna. So we need to qualify ourselves for that. And that's why we have a movement, Hare Krishna movement. We have spiritual masters there. The spiritual masters are there. We have many spiritual masters. You can hear somebody says, "Oh, which guru should I accept?" It's very simple. Hear as many as you can and see who inspires you the most. Very simple thing. It's not that you have to say this guru because you have a free choice here. It's just, you can go to whichever guru you choose, but find that guru is representing Prabhupada in the most inspiring, illuminating way, and go with him. So, you know, someone thinks it's this someone thinks it's that's fine. Wherever your heart moves you, wherever you're most inspired, go there, you see. Because there's many, many wonderful God brothers of mine who are initiating disciples, and I feel very happy to see people going to this guru, that guru. I'm very happy to see it. It's wonderful. There's so many wonderful preachers in our movement. Wherever you go, you can get all kinds of different tastes and rasas and pleasures and experiences and enlightenments. So Guru Maharaj, you want to add some words? Add words of wisdom to my rambling here for a while. Want to add some words of wisdom? We can have some questions and answers now. You want to add some words of wisdom to illuminate us, pull us out of the darkness of ignorance?
I don't have so much of wisdom as you have it, but if you want me to
Is the
speak, I
mic on?
can.
I don't hear it through the mic. No, we need to get a mic on Guru Maharaj.
Well, tomorrow is a Bhagavad Gita, Gita Jayanti, when Krishna spoke Gita to Arjuna. It's only the book, or is Gita speaking to us also? Is Krishna's instruction coming to us, or what do you all think? Is this Gita, is Krishna speaking to us or just to Arjuna? Yes, it is to us. So should we follow him or we should not? How much do we follow? Are you following? Are we following?
Not much.
So this is human life. All the Shastras are personified. They are persons. They are not ordinary things, just book. We can take a book and we can just say it's a book. No, they are persons. They are instructing us, guiding us. They guide the humans, not the animals. So should we follow the good guidance, or do what we like? Huh? How much we should follow the guidance? Tomorrow, that's once a year, we're going to recite the whole Gita, and we did the Gita Yagya. No, Gita Yagya should be day-to-day, everyday life. If we want to become successful human in our life, that is the success of human. Otherwise, our human life is a very great fortune. After 8 million species of life, we have gotten it. And we have gotten by great fortune the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, to guide us what Krishna is saying. So how serious we should take this guidance? Or still we should do the 75, 25%. We should do 75% or 50% and 50% material. But actually, what we are doing is 10% of Bhagavad Gita and 80%, 90% of body seva. Just try to get it. How much time we spend for body seva and how much time we do it for our eternal soul. Krishna has taken great pain, Srila Prabhupada has taken great pain to give us this message. So, should we wake up from our dream state to make remedies for this maintaining the body, which doesn't come in any way? It doesn't help us in any way. We make great ways how to improve our material standards and material life, but it's a useless waste of time. After all, time is running short. Every rising of the sun and setting of the sun, the time is running short. If we do not utilize this time, valuable time, then we're going to lose it. And the Bhagavad Gita gives us 5 subject matters. Do we know that? 5 subject matters? Of the five, 4 is eternal and 1 is temporary. And that temporary matter takes us life after life after life. They said jiva. We should understand what is the position of jiva. Even in day-to-day life, we can understand the position of jiva. If we don't serve the master, we're going to serve the temporary masters, the senses, extended senses, and then we come to the end of I, me, and mind. And Krishna says to us, become detached from this I, me, and mine. Because I, me, and mine is nothing is there. We came empty-handed, we're going to go empty-handed. All we're going to take the karma that we're involved in and get to another situation, same thing, either higher or lower. So this human life is meant to take this guidance of Krishna. And what Krishna says, I'll read this verse. Machita sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi. Atha chetvam ahankaram na shoshasi vinangshasi. Translation is that if you become conscious of me, he gives how we can become conscious of him. Then he says, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life. Do we want to get that? We want to get over the conditioned life, or we want to remain in the conditioned life? What is the conditioned life? Birth, death, old age, and disease. Do we want to get out of it? Then Krishna says, then the translator says, if, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, and that's what we are doing, not hearing me, you will be lost. So please do hear Krishna's instruction. Tomorrow is Gita Jayanti. Bring Gita Jayanti, Gita in your life. Bringing Gita in my life is not just the book, but his teachings. Bring ourselves in the teachings of the Lord. We have to live the life according to the teachings. Otherwise, we'll break it. As Prabhu always says, that when you buy any item, electronic or whatever item, there comes a manual. So this is a human manual. How to utilize this body. So if we want to be successful, let us follow this manual with great attention. Okay. Thank you so much. Any questions? We will take it. You want the questions?
Yeah, questions now. We'll both take the questions. Any questions? Thing is, I was taught a very nice lesson by the devotee who may be a devotee, Vishnu Jan Swami, said, you must inquire until all your doubts are eradicated. So we ask you all, if you have any doubts at all about this process, why I should take it seriously, why I should take initiation, or any doubts, how do we know Krishna is actually God? If you have any doubts at all, well, this is your time to open them up, and we'll help you go beyond your doubts. Arjuna had a lot
Hare
of
Krishna.
doubts, and by hearing the Bhagavad Gita, all his doubts were dissipated, you see. So we want to also help you get over all doubts that are holding you back from being able to directly experience Krishna face to face, eye to eye. You see? So we know you have doubts. We all have doubts. So please ask some questions to help us clarify these things that may be troubling your mind about this process. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. We love questions. Even challenging questions are great. Yeah.
I was asking how, when we all have families or kids, how do we actually, and we are just so busy with day-to-day life that when we get out, we are just constantly on the chores. How and when, like I'm doing it when she passed today. That's all I do. I do not like get time to kind of do the manga or the chat or anything like that. But how do you actually, when is the right time to do it? When we've got kids, when we've got husband, and everything, the whole family, and I just find myself doing house chores all day.
I hear anything well, but I'm a little deficient in my hearing. I'll have him repeat the question for me. I have a hearing loss, so.
May I answer a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is, we are trying to find the, what is called? Happiness. But we are looking for happiness in illusion. If you are on the, you may, during the summer, you may say, driving on the high speed and you will see a mirage and you will think that is water. You keep moving to get the water, but you won't be able to. So this is what we created, all this family, relationship, these things. It's nothing wrong about it, but we have created it in to get the happiness, forgetting where is the real happiness. And so that we are already entangled. So to get out of this, we have to embrace the manual that is given by how to. No, you do your duty. Prime duty is that you have to come to the position to think that what is the higher purpose of the life. Then you can try to help others.
It not being salvation by looking after your family and
You can, as much as you putting devotion in a temporary family, you should put in an eternal family. You should put your time also in the spiritual family, okay, which is eternal. It won't give you any pain, but the temporary family will give you a lot of pain. It's all right. It depends on how much attention you are paying, that much you will be awakening from the dream state. Yes.
Fully consciousness, whatever we are doing.
Yes.
100% to that chore, whatever it is, then it should be, I think it should be.
The result has to be offered to Krishna. The result has to be offered to Krishna. Whatever chores you may do, the result is not yours. You have to give it to Krishna. Yes. 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 Hare Krishna.
You satisfied? Okay, next question. Yes. Hare Krishna, I need your help on this. You're going to say it again.
How to completely surrender to Krishna and how to know that we did it.
I don't know when I'm fully surrendered to Krishna. When Krishna actually is, when you see Krishna face to face, eye to eye, just like I'm seeing you, you're seeing me. When Krishna becomes fully present, you know you made it. But we're not there yet. We got a long way to go. The thing is, you have to take the process, the whole process that Prabhupada gave us, chant 16 rounds every day, get initiated by the bona spiritual master, give up illicit sex, meeting, intoxication, and gambling, associate with devotees. Just like, how do you get a college degree? You have to enroll. So you have to fully enroll. This is like a university, ISKCON University. You see, we give you the ultimate degree, Krishna Prema. So you have first to enroll in the university and go step by step. Japa, regulated principles, get initiation, take the spiritual master's orders as your life and soul. In this way, you'll make progress, and then in the future, that day will come, and you become a fully liberated soul. It's like someone wants a PhD from Oxford, right? Enrolling in Oxford is not easy, but being enrolled, it means you're on the right track. So being attracted to ISKCON is a very rare position. How many people come to ISKCON? So you're like you're like being accepted to Oxford University now, so to speak. So now you have to follow the process take the lessons. Have you studied all the books? Bhagavad said, read the Nectar of Ocean 3 times. How many you read all the books yet? You have to study the books, and that it's like any university, you have to read the books. So study all these books, follow the spiritual master's instructions, and gradually you'll achieve the ultimate goal, Krishna Prema. Not some cheap thing. You snap your finger, Krishna Prema. No, it's not some cheap thing. Just get liberated by, taking Prashadam, now I'm liberated. No, you're enrolled in the university, now work your way through the whole system, and finally achieve the ultimate PhD, love of God. Does that make sense? Very good. Thank you. Now you do it. Follow my instructions, okay? Very good. Anything else? Or we call it quits? Yes, here's a question.
When you mentioned about determination, you gave the example of the sparrow.
Yeah, determination, that's right.
So we are in this one where you mentioned that Srila Prabhupada has a lot of gurus, a lot of disciples who are initiating. So, so obviously, material nature has a time element to it. So, Prabhupada's disciples, most of them are quite aged, and some, unfortunately, we are not able to take association on it. So, when the physical presence is not there, Srila Prabhupada, we associate with him through the books. When physical presence is not there, how to constantly have that determination?
It's very simple. When Prabhupada was here, most of us didn't associate with him physically at all. I actually accepted Prabhupada as a guru before I even saw him, you see. There were so many, when I joined in 71, there were so many centers, and you would rarely ever see Prabhupada, to be honest with you. I would go for years without seeing him. I saw him in 71, and 72, and not until 75. I went 3 whole years without seeing him at all. So how can I be attracted to being his disciple? I never even saw him because of his teachings. So the spiritual master is there in the form of his instructions. So Prabhupada is readily available for you. He's your Siksha Guru. He's actually the foundational Siksha Guru of the whole movement. So everybody should take shelter of Prabhupada as their Siksha Guru. And in other words, what inspired us when Prabhupada was here, even though we didn't see him for years, then we just see him for 1 or 2 lectures, and that was it. I saw him in 75, and then 2 whole years I didn't see him. And he departed in 77. 71, 72, 75, and that was it. 3 times I had association after all those years. But the whole mood was that we had in those days that we have to please Prabhupada. What would Prabhupada want me to do? How would he want me to think? How would he want me to speak? How would he want me to act? That was the whole mood that brought us together in society. We have to please Prabhupada. So you can take the same mood now. I had to please Prabhupada. How would Prabhupada want me to think? How would he want me to speak? How would he want me to act? And you can easily find out reading his books. You see? And even when I associate them, I just hear a lecture. And the lectures are there in MP3. You can hear the same lectures that I heard. I was sitting there, but you can hear the same lecture on the recordings. Prabhupada is fully present for you. And yet, let me learn from Prabhupada what can I do that'll please him, and let me do it. The same facility I have, you have the same facility I have. You understand? You have the same facility I had, you have the same facility that I have. There's nothing restricting you from getting as close to Prabhupada as I got to him. You understand? Nothing restricting. Only your mind is in the way. So Govinda says, Bhajahure mana Shri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanada Vindare. My dear mind, please now engage yourself in the devotional service of the divine son of Nanda Maharaj. So if you just follow the footsteps of Govinda Das and pray like that, and your Prabhupada will be right there for you at every minute. Understand? Prabhupada ki jai. He's the foundational Siksha Guru for the next 10,000 years. And everybody can connect with him.
I was a bit more specifically asking for the spiritual master. I understand Prabhupada is a preeminent Shiksha Guru, and we try to read his books regularly. But I was specifically asking about our own spiritual master, like the kind of relation you have with Krishna Prabhupada, that even after he's not there, you are with full determination, you are with serving Prabhupada. So for our spiritual master, I get the point. This is probably the same thing that you listen to the lecture of your spiritual master. And,
Well,
Even if you take
but
one
it's-
instruction and follow that throughout your life, that is sufficient.
But
The
it is-
spiritual
but it's
master
scripture.
gives one instruction. If you remember that and follow it, you are successful.
Prabhupada said, if you remember me, I am there. So is Prabhupada lying? Is Prabhupada lying or is he telling the truth? If you remember me, I am there. Prabhupada is right here, right now, not just a picture. Prabhupada is actually here with us. And Prabhupada also gave us this nice verse, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastrikai, Lavamata, Sadhu Sangha, Lavamata, Sara Siddhihai. The association of devotees is described in all the Shastras, even 1/11th of a second, where the devotees of the Lord can give you all perfections. So Prabhupada, I can share this with you. What convinced me to become a disciple? Was it Prabhupada? So no, Prabhupada's disciples convinced me I should become a disciple. Because they made a recording of the Hare Krishna Temple album. And they sang so beautifully. Samsaradava nalalita loka Tranaya karyunya gana ganadavam Praptashtakaya na gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanada Vindam. See, when I joined, I was a singer-songwriter. George Harrison had just come out with a mega hit, My Sweet Lord. I'm not going to become a disciple. No. I'll, shave your head and put on robes. No way. I mean, come on, I'm just going to be like a congregation member, I'll write Krishna conscious songs and sing them. I was a popular singer there in Austin. And I'll just, make Krishna conscious songs. But then one day I heard the recording of the London devotees singing their offering of love to Prabhupada. And I never experienced such an amazing thing in my whole life, to hear their love in their voices. It was overwhelming. That I never experienced what love actually meant, but I heard them singing the song Garbhastakam to Prabhupada, and it was so powerful through their own voices. I experienced something that was so wonderful, so sublime. It wasn't Prabhupada's voice that convinced me, it was the devotee's voice that convinced me. The London devotees, the love in their voices convinced me. And I heard that, I went, wouldn't it be beautiful to give my life to Prabhupada? By hearing their voices, not Prabhupada's voice, their voices convinced me. You understand? So if their voices convince me, what is the difficulty for you to hear the voices of Prabhupada's disciples? The disciples' voices convince me to be a follower, initiated follower. Why don't you do the same thing? What's the difficulty? Prabhupada used to say, what is the difficulty? So I'm repeating Prabhupada's word. What is the difficulty? You have to learn to see and taste what the disciples of Prabhupada are feeling, so you can enter into that same mood that they were in. You understand my point?
Asking, he understands about Prabhupada, but how to have the feeling for his own spiritual master.
How to have the feeling for your own spiritual master. Oh, okay. I got a little Sattva thank them. Well, just like I saw Bhaktidas, I immediately embraced him. You see, my God brother, I embraced him. I was so enlivened to see my God brother. I embraced him. I felt like I'd achieved my perfection of life to see my God brother, you see. So if I can be so enlivened by Prabhupada's disciples, why you can't be enlivened? You see? And I was in
After they depart.
after the disciples of Prabhupada depart, well, they're still present in their teachings. Let's say I'm a disciple of Prabhupada's disciple, and that disciple departs. Well, he's still present in the form of a sound vibration. Just like I experienced Prabhupada in the form of his sound vibrations. Let's say I'm a disciple of so-and-so Maharaj, but he departs. He's still present in the form of his sound vibrations. So what's the difficulty? You have to tune in to the transcendental platform. The difficulty, you're still in the mundane platform. You got to tune into the transcendental platform. And all the Sadhus are there. The whole parampara is there. And your Guru Maharaj, when the Guru Maharaj is there, and the whole disciplic succession is present in sound vibration. So you got to come to the transcendental platform, and then your spiritual master will be packed up tightly in your heart. And you can even talk to you within the heart. If your heart is pure, your spiritual master will be in your heart. He can directly instruct you. Even though he's departed, he can directly instruct you within the heart. You understand? Does that help a little bit? Now it's Guru Maharaj's turn. We got two more coming in. Let Guru Maharaj take a turn here. I've been rambling for quite a while.
Thank you. Thank you. So my question is, we run a program in the West, Bhakti Krishna program, it's been 2.5 years. So there are some devotees who are, they're chanting and they're very sincere, they want to do service. But when it comes to the question of, take that next step and go towards initiation, they are doing the courses and everything, but when I ask them, okay, who are you aspiring for? They say, not sure. So how do I answer that question? I mean, they ask for the guidance and I'm lost for words. So how do I answer that question?
Well, I can say one thing and turn it over to Guru Mata. Yasha prasadahan bhagavat prasado, yasha prasada nagati kutopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, you get the mercy of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, nobody makes any advancement. You can quote that. Yes, nagati kutopi, you don't make any advancement. So now I'll turn it over to Guru Mataji.
My answer will be quite a different one. Well, human life, one of the regulation is one should get initiated. First birth is by parents, second birth is by spiritual master. And it is very important. Dujatam jayate. Without initiation, we are still on the bodily platform. We are not separated. And another further is, I would say, you have gotten the body from the mother and father, not the soul. To relate with Krishna, we have to come to the platform of soul.
Dvija, twice born.
Yeah, twice born.
They want to take the initiative, but they don't know who to choose.
Who to choose? Who to choose is that whoever inspires you most. It's not a shopping mall that we're going to choose which one, but we take the spiritual master who will inspire me. And once I take the initiation, I must follow. But initiation is important. It is mentioned in the Shastra that just like the mixture of kasa and something makes you, kasa and mercury makes you gold. So this is what by initiation of spirit between the spiritual master and disciple makes us come to rise to the Jiva platform.
Here's an easy solution. They can pray to Prabhupada. My dear Sri Baba, please guide me from whom I should take initiation. Very simple thing.
That's
I
another.
know, Prabhupada, you want me to become initiated, but I don't know who. So please, my dear Srila Prabhupada, please bless me and inspire me. I can know from whom I should take initiation. There you go.
One can pray to Krishna also. Krishna can guide.
Thank you.
Krishna can guide.
Next.
But it's not two things twice. And one of them is saying to Arjuna, the thing you want to do, try to get someone else to do, even if you're better, right? So when it comes to our situation, we are told to do what your best side. Forget about burnout or whatever. Do whatever your best side. It looks like a little bit of contradiction what you think. He's saying, Arjuna, if you stick your own belief, even if you're better at someone else, so do that.
I need help on that one. That's for sure.
So, Krishna mentions twice that it's better to do your own duty than someone else.
Yeah, but you don't do it imprint that somebody else duty perfect. That's right.
Yeah.
But he said, even if you're best at it, don't do it there. But in our case, we normally see what we are best at. And that's what we do.
Prabhupada said, whatever talent you have, use it for Krishna. There's nothing wrong with you're good at something to use it for Krishna. There's nothing wrong, but of course, at the same time, you have to do the needful also. So I'm really good at giving lectures, but the dishes are dirty in the kitchen, and because I just give lectures, I don't wash dishes. No, do the needful also. You have your talent in playing the drum, and go ahead, play the drum. But if somebody else is better, you can also let them play it too. So the ideas are working together as a family. You can use your talents in Krishna's service, but at the same time, you're working as a family cooperatively. Does that make sense?
But it does not contradict what he's saying to Arjuna.
Doesn't contradict what it says to Arjuna.
No, there's no contradiction. Prabhupada told us to use whatever talent you have, use it for Krishna. Arjuna's talent was a fighter. So he was told, if your talent is a fighter, go ahead and fight because you're good at it. So if you're good at something, use it for Krishna. That's what he had Arjuna do.
He's telling Arjuna, if you're better at something, still don't do that.
Hmm?
He's telling Arjuna, even if you're best at something else, don't do that.
He's telling to Arjuna, if you are better for something else, even.
But Arjuna wasn't better at something else. Arjuna was not a lecturer, he was a fighter. Arjuna didn't do it at Vyasadeva and write some scriptures. Arjuna was not a pundit, he was a fighter. So he used his talent in Krishna's service.
Thank you.
I want to say to his comments, we don't take the Shastra in a half-hand logic. You know what is half-hand logic? Okay. So don't take Krishna's instruction in toto. He says, Karmanya evadhikaraste, you do your services, but result is not yours. Result has to go for Krishna. But in that name, we are gratifying our senses, but not all the result goes to Krishna. So don't take it a half-end logic of Krishna's instruction. Your duty first is to become Krishna conscious. Okay?
What would be the best practice of this? And
What would be the best practice?
To do chanting and how to achieve it.
What's the best practice for chanting on the beads?
We have to sit down and do it in the morning.
Sitting or walking?
In the morning, sitting down. Or
Whatever works best for you. If you're falling asleep, you can chant while walking. If you can sit up, actually sitting is very nice. Prabhupada didn't chant while walking. He sat down. Sitting down in one place is the best, but if you're falling asleep, you can stand up, or even whatever is practical. Do the needful. Whatever you need to do to keep focused on the names, do them. But not while you're driving the car. Hare Krishna. should be fully, but your full consciousness should be there.
Should you, while walking, when we're doing chanting, our mind goes here and there, obviously.
Join the family. We all have that problem. That's why Krishna says, yato yato nishalati manas chansanamastada. From wherever your mind wanders to its flickering unsteady nature, bring it back under the control of the self. Just like you're driving a car, another example. If your mind goes off of your driving, what happens? You have an accident. See, when you're driving, you got to keep your mind focused on the wheel and then the road, and anything coming, you got to stay focused. So just like you're driving a car, you got to stay focused. Chanting japa is the same thing. You got to stay focused. Don't let get off the track. Otherwise, you'll fall into Maya and, give up Krishna consciousness, even it can happen. You got to stay focused on the name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. If your mind goes off, my dear Krishna, my mind is going off. Please help me keep my mind fixed on your transcendental names. You can beg Krishna to help you also.
Can I say something?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you break your milk? Do you break your meal while you are eating? You don't, you finish your meal, right? So that is for the body. What about the soul? You're gonna take the full meal or you're gonna break it?
Will you do all 16 rounds in one go in the morning?
That's minimum.
Yes.
Yes. Because morning is a Brahma Muhurta. If you can do that, it's great success. But if you do it through the day, there will be so many distractions. Mode of passion comes, mode of ignorance comes. So we want to at least be in mode of goodness.
And it has to be all 16 in one go, or as you said,
You don't break your meal. You take one bite and go out and do something and then come and take another bite. No. So this is the food for soul, Atma. Give the full meal. Okay? Okay.
I just want to ask you, I don't know about there's a sage called Surya. When we do meditation.
Sorry, keep the microphone.
There's a sage called
Away.
when we do meditation and guys about the sage Surya and what is that and how do we
What is it?
Surya.
Surya. So
I don't understand that word. What is it?
Make it more clear for her.
I'm not familiar with the word Turiya. You can explain.
Excited about and you go into a stage. It's called Surya stage. And I don't know what that.
What is the word mean? Turiya stage. I have no clue. If does anybody knows what is the Turiya stage?
Not training. It's a course state. There's no definition.
It says in Hindu philosophy, Turiya, which is a Sanskrit term, Sanskrit word, is a true self, Atman, beyond the three common states of consciousness, waking, dreaming, and dreamless, deep sleep.
Okay.
So it's basically the true
So,
self, how to attain that.
You want to come to the Turiya stage? We are already going through that. It's not a stable stage. So we have to bring it to the stable stage where we can understand the Atma very nicely.
Beyond the three common states of
Yes.
consciousness, waking, dreaming, and dreamless.
Yes, this is in the three modes. Waking, sleeping, and dreaming. In the waking stage, we can understand the Atma. In dreaming stage, we are still dreaming that I am this body. And sleeping is you go into the mode of ignorance. Yes. So wake up, wake up. Come to the mode of, at least to the mode of goodness. And that's what we are trying, but we should not remain. We should go beyond the mode of goodness and three modes. These three modes, we cannot cross over very easily. But if you have a great determination of the sparrow, one can and come to the Suddha Sattva by taking shelter of Krishna. As Krishna said, Devi he shagunamai, mama maya duratyaya, mahamevaya prapatyante, tam sataiva bhajamiham. That's the only way, by taking shelter of the Suddha Sattva. That is, Krishna is on the mode of pure goodness, and we connect with him, then we can come to the pure goodness. Not in a dreaming state and all that. We dream so much in the material world. I am this body first thing, and then proprietorship. Any extended from my body is my house is mine, this is my property. This is a dreaming stage. Nothing is mine, nothing is gonna go with me. I came empty-handed, meanwhile I'm thinking in dream, in illusion, that this is mine.